Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the first of our academic assemblies for the year. And the purpose of this morning's assembly is to recognise the efforts of the boys from semester 2 last year, and the results on their report cards go towards their achievement of our badges and certificates this morning. To begin, I just ask Caleb Young to come forward to give the welcome to country.
Gurumali. My name is Caleb Young, and I am a descendant of the Darumbal people, and I'm doing this welcome with the permission of my elders. I pay respect to the ancestors and spirits of this country, past, present, and future. I'd like to pay my respect to all elders gathered here today, Indigenous and non-Indigenous. I remember our loved ones no longer with us in body, but know they're here with us in spirit. I ask my ancestors, spirits, and elders of this country to watch over any visitors and to keep them safe on this country. Naya Muyimba Inda Indabugu Drama Wamwala Yamba Nunti. Naya Yigi Inda Dabu Nugu Bimbi Dala. On behalf of myself and Darumbal people, I welcome to you all here to Darumbal traditional homelands and wish you all a wonderful day.
And on behalf of the college, Caleb, thank you for delivering the welcome to country, right from wrong, and setting some social norms and standards that God was defunct. And I thought about that for a while, and I thought, what a hollow and distressing realisation. A world without God would be quite dismal and bleak. So I set myself a bit of a task, and I thought, I'm going to try and look for evidence to counter this particular argument. And some of you might say, Mr. Horan, when you have holidays, you probably should go away somewhere. But I didn't. So I went to Google, that second greatest source of wisdom, to find some quotes about why we need God in our lives. And here's a few of the things that I came up with. We need God because the grandeur of the universe cannot be explained by science alone. We need God because humanity is stronger, better, when inspired by a higher power. We need God because without him, the reflection on the water as the sun breaks through a cloud would be nothing more than a trick of the light. We need God because without something bigger than ourselves, we become self-absorbed, conceited, and selfish. We need God because no one listens more intently, without judgment or without bias, to our concerns. And we need God because there is a comfort and a strength that comes from an unseen companion who directs our lives, guides our decisions, and loves us. And as I looked at all of those particular quotes, I remembered a piece of writing that summarised all of it, brings comfort, support, and hope. And that particular writing I'd actually said to myself or recite to myself numerous times over the years, and especially when things get tough, when things don't go the way that you expect them to. And he is whatever the moon has always meant, and whatever the sun will always sing, is him. He is the deepest secret which nobody knows. He is the root of the root, and the bud of the bud, and the sky of the sky of a tree called life, which grows higher than the soul can hope or the mind can hide. I carry my God with me. I carry him in my heart. So my prayer today, boys, is that you recognise the need for God in your own life. That in the rush of this very modern world and busy world where a belief in God seems illogical, doesn't seem to make sense, that you allow yourself the simple pleasure of opening up and letting the mystery take over. Mother of Perpetual Help, St. Brendan, please make the sign of the cross. And the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. I now ask Principal Corboy to come forward for a short presentation.
Thanks, Paul. I'd like to start off by warmly welcoming everyone here today, including Mr. Chapman, our Regional Director for EREA, our staff, our parents, and it's wonderful to see so many parents here. And of course our staff and most importantly our students. This morning we're here to, as Mr Horan said, to acknowledge the academic achievements of our students for their reports last year. And firstly, I'd like to say a sincere congratulations to those boys who will be up here on stage. I'm sure you are very proud of your efforts, and no doubt you families who are here present likewise, and of course we as a school are very proud. I actually put in the newsletter, my first newsletter, finishing up in my last week, where I had the privilege of signing over 200 of these academic awards. And I remember having the thought very clearly that here we have a third of our student body receiving some academic awards, which is an outstanding achievement. And I recall thinking that here at St Brendan's there's obviously a very strong culture in the teaching and learning here at the college, with so many people doing so well, that being acknowledged for those results. So the purpose here today is twofold. First of all, to acknowledge the award recipients, and secondly, to inspire those boys who aren't up here today to be an invitation to come up in the second half of this year and to see if you can be part of that celebration that we'll have later in the year. But in saying that, I had an opportunity a few years ago to listen to a motivational speaker, and he was talking about this particular type of event. And he stated that it's okay to acknowledge the achievements, but when you come to challenge the audience and others who aren't up here to reach similar goals, you can lose them. We have the focus wrong sometimes. And I suppose in a way of an example, what I'm trying to say here is that looking at a swimmer, maybe who's reached the national level, which is an outstanding achievement. Somebody who is obviously one of the best in the country to achieve that, and as a school, you know, we would applaud and be really authentic in our congratulations. But at the same time, the rest of the people sitting here as students, you might just see him as this person who's been blessed with some quality DNA, and that's the reason why he's got to that level. And we mere mortals are swimming in a different gene pool, and we'll never be able to reach those goals. And his advice was to say that we should be celebrating and acknowledging the effort, not so much the destination. Okay, to celebrate the journey. And so we should be acknowledging the effort, the determination, the sacrifice and the grit that got him there. Start talking about the 4:30 a.m. rises 4 days a week to get in that freezing pool for 4 years, to look at the half an hour and a half swimming sessions of an afternoon, to talk about the hundreds of kilometres and the amount of hours of swimming in that black line to achieve his goal and his potential. And that's what we should focus on. Because then, as an audience, we can engage in that. And we can engage in that in the sense that we can set our own goals. And are we prepared to put in the effort to achieve those goals, whatever they may be? So with that in mind, for those who are going to get up here today, a sincere congratulations for all the hard work, the extra study, the research that you put into your assignments, the time you spent in spending the hours of doing the revision, for all the drafts, for seeking support from your families to help with the proofreading, the attention and the focus that you brought to your classrooms consistently, and having the courage to stand up and saying to the staff where you need clarification on something you don't understand. So for that, well done on the effort that has got you here today to stand up to receive that award. And for all others, I'd invite you also to set your goals. And are you willing to put in the effort and the hard work to achieve those goals? So I look forward to the next half hour as we have the celebrations of these boys, and we acknowledge them as we should for all their effort. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Mr. Corboy. Announcing our award winners this morning will be our vice captains and college captain for 2018. So I'd ask Fletcher Kendall, Steele Howard and Billy Collins to come forward. As this is our first official assembly, we'd like to present them with their blazers. So, Mr. Corboy.
Hopefully got the right one. That's the right one.
And I'd ask folks that you put your hands together, please, for our 2018 college captains and vice captains. And to begin proceedings, Fletcher, it's your turn at the lectern.
I would like to call forward Mr. Paulo Picotto and Mr. Jonathan Gill, the Assistant Principal of Middle School, to present the academic awards to the Year 8s. Mr. Picotto comes to us after 2 years at the Rockhampton Grammar School, where he was a teacher of physical education and a head of residence. Prior to working at the grammar school, he worked for the State Education Department for 9 years, many of those years spent at Rockhampton State High School. He has been in an array of middle management positions, including acting deputy principal, and he holds a double degree in human movement science and education. He joins the college as the head of Year 8. Please make Mr. Picotto feel welcome. The Academic Achievement Awards, which require at least one A and nothing less than a C, are the first on our list. They have been awarded to the following boys: Harrison Bai, Isaac Dooley, Gideon Ilu, Aston Fortier, Will Henderson, Alexander Ho, Jack Heineman, Dylan Johnson, Jomela Kebe, Jack Lloyd, Jacob Loyth, Xavier McFarlane, Dominic Nezik, Ryan Selwood, Joby Tibbett, Hendrikus Vogue, Bryce Voll, and Vincent Wilson. Please put your hands together for the Year 8 Academic Achievement winners. The Academic A Awards, which require 2 or 3 A's and nothing less than a C, go to the following boys: Mitchell Baker, Nairai Bindaru, Charlie Busby, Bodai Davis, Aidan Dury, Elijah Edwards, Jeremy Green, Matthew Groves, Jesse Hall, Jesse Hooper Lindsay, Slater Leah, Jet Mannion, Jarvis Murray, Kai Bambid, Jackson Smith, Riley Tyndale Smith, and Joshua Welsh. please give the Academic A Award winners. The final awards for the Year 8 boys are the Academic A+ badges. Receiving them are Kaiden Al-Jisaki, Jacob Carrig, Xavier Craigs, Sean Cumberledge, Cameron Frankish, Isaac Green, Hayden Harvey, Matthew Hay, Lachlan McLeod, Benjamin O'Brien, Kyle O'Donoghue, Alexander Rees, and Lachlan Sweeney. Please acknowledge the efforts of the Year 8 Academic A+ winners.
Thank you, Fletcher. It's not very nerve-wracking, is it? No. To present the Year 9 awards, can you put your hands together, please, for Steele Howard?
Assisting with the presentation of the Year 9 awards will be Mr. Michael Jensen and Ms. Karen Doherty, Head of Year 9. Mr. Jensen joins the staff of St. Brendan's in the Mathematics and Information Technology fatalities. It is in these two areas that he has always had a passion, and fittingly, his first degree was in robotic engineering. Mr. Jensen has been responsible for the creation of 3D models of underground mines, the construction of attachments for remote control submarines, and for a variety of image recognition projects. After a few years of engineering, Mr. Jensen started his own business developing custom apps and websites. Feeling the need to work with people and less with robots, Mr. Jensen undertook a Bachelor of Education, and St. Brendan's is his first placement as a qualified teacher. Please put your hands together for Mr. Jensen. Starting with the Academic Achievement Awards, we have the following boys: Ian Akiba, Caleb Bailey, Keegan Borley, Ethan Bird, Adam Boyle, Corbin Dendel, William Elliott, Kai Johnson, Tane Kirorion, Amos Korotroff, Matthew McLennan, Eden Michaels, Campbell Murray, Kongasu Nona, Hayden Pemba, Benjamin Scoffin, Jay Smith, Quinn Stover, Jared Taylor, Balin Wanchap, Colden Wills, and Marley Bossimo. Please acknowledge the Year 9 Academic Achievement winners. Meeting the criteria for an academic A are Dominic Bazan, Owen Fortier, Cody Giles, Chase Heald, James Jackson, Jov Jenkins, Kalani Loraway, Lachlan Perrin, Liam Robotham, Casey Smith, Xander Sylvans, Ryan Welsh, Riley Willis, and Michael Young. Please show your appreciation to the Year 9 Academic A winners. The Academic A+ badges and certificates will now be distributed. You may notice that a number of the boys receiving them today have attained an A in every subject. Jack Billman, Declan Boulder, Flynn Doring, Xander Jacku, Lincoln Johnson, Bryn Jones, Saxon Kona, Jesse Laverty, Augustus Mans, Tom Orgill, Hastings Swift, and Lachlan Tompkins. Please congratulate the Year 9 Academic A+ winners. We now have a special performance from one of our musical groups. It is our clarinet ensemble and it features Harry Shepherd, Riley Grant, Harry Hersey, Lachlan Robertson and Nick Herning. They will be performing the English folk song, Zacabra Affair. This song is written in the Durain mode, which makes it immediately recognisable from the other forms of folk and other countries. Please enjoy.
Well done, boys, and thank you, Mr Ingram. To present the Year 10 awards, our college captain, Billy Collins.
To distribute the awards to the Year 10 boys, I'd like to call forward Mr Connor Broadhurst and Mr Cameron Watts. Mr Broadhurst is an old boy of the college who graduated in 2011. He completed OP in senior and attained a score of 7, placing him in the top 30% of all students in the state. He was heavily involved in a wide range of sport, but rugby league is where he excelled. He was signed by the Parramatta Eels out of school and played the national under-20s competition with Semi Radradra and junior polo. His rugby league career seen him play for the Queensland under-18s, the Titans under-20s, and for the Premiership, winning Burleigh Heads the Interest Cup. Mr Broadhurst completed a Bachelor of Exercise and Science at the University of Sydney while playing for Parramatta, and then a graduate diploma of education at Griffith University in Brisbane. Upon completing his education qualification, he taught science and mathematics at Beenleigh State High School and returns to the local area to play for Capras and teach at SBC. Please put your hands together for Mr Broadhurst. Receiving academic achievement certificates and badges this morning are the following boys: Lachlan Anderson, Peter Barry, Rubens Bartley, Grady Callaghan, Lachlan Coleman, Harrison Daly, Harrison Dennis, Egan Gearing, Riley Grant, Timothy Hanson, Charles Hearn, Christopher Herning, Bailey Howard, Dalton Loram, Ezra Marshall, Charlie Mitcham, William Simmons, Bodie Smith, Jared Warasam, Reuben White, and Max Vestution. Please put your hands together for the Year 10 Academic Achievement winners. From the Year 10 cohort, the following boys have attained academic A badges and certificates: Lachlan Frankish, Victor Little, Jackson Minto, Seth Narado, Jackson Omlid, and Kalani Singh. Please give a round of applause for the Year 10 Academic A winners. Achieving the criteria for an academic A+ is statistically harder for Year 10 boys because of the extra subject line they undertake. However, the boys who have reached the benchmark are as follows: Caleb Bartlett, Luke Cumberledge, Harry Hersey, William Holmes, Kevin Keller, Jack Manns, Patrick McLaughlin, Patrick Morley, Cody Morrison, Sebastian Nezik, Luca Pearson, Harry Shepherd, Lachlan Wall, and Mitchell Yaw. Please congratulate the Year 10 Academic A+ winners.
Thank you, Billy. We have a guest speaker this morning, and the college has spared no expense in getting him here. He's caught an international flight from Italy to come and talk to you. It was actually Rotary that paid for his trip, by the way. The college didn't actually do that, but I thought I'd boost his ego up there a little bit. Our speaker is actually our Rotary Exchange student Leonardo Girardello, and he is going to be talking about his experiences here at the college so far, but also the broader experiences and the differences between the college. So can you please put your hands together for Leo?
Morning everyone, my name is Leo and I'm from Italy. And I'm an international prefect. It's a bit difficult to find the international prefect in this school because I'm actually the first one. And yeah, to be an international prefect, you have to have an international background. So like I'm an exchange student, so I think it's kind of role that I can have. And sorry. It's my first speak, it's really difficult, you have no idea. Really sorry. Okay. I have to apologize for two things. The first thing is that there are every day, every time I walk through the school, lots of people that just say, "Hey Leo," to me, and I have no idea of who you are, most of the time. So yeah, sorry for that. I don't want to be rude, but it's difficult for me to know 700 faces and names, but like I'm the only one from Italy, so yeah, it's more easy for you. Okay, and the second thing is that in term 4, almost everyone has acknowledged the presence of another student that came from nowhere in the middle of the year. And so they start speaking to me, and they recognize my accent, and they say, "Hey, you have a weird accent, where are you from?" And I say usually, "I'm from Italy," and they say, "Oh, that's great, Italy, we've been there, oh, where?" And like, I don't really care, but I have to be polite and that stuff. So after a while, I start, well, actually my friends start doing it, and they say, "Oh no, it's from Germany," or other countries. So, and I've stopped doing that around week 4 of term 4. I was in the music room, and another guy saying from year 8 say, and "Hey, you have a weird accent, where are you from?" And then another year 8 say, "Oh, he's from Spain." And another saying, no, it's from Germany." And then a third one, 3 kids in the same row came and said, "I thought it was from Canada." So, okay, after that I stopped it because, yeah, that's the most evil I can be. Okay, and there is one last thing that I have to say before saying the differences between my school in Italy and the school here, as Mr. Horan asked me to do it for today. And it is that, why am I here in this school? I'm here thanks to the Rotary Interact Club. It's a very young club it actually was created last year. So maybe you don't know about it because he had had the time to do something. But Fletcher Kendall, our actual vice school captain, is the head of the club. So just ask him for any questions. If you're interested in other cultures or if you like to know more about the world outside Australia. Okay, now, should be 3 minutes that I'm talking and I have the same background. So what is it? It's a Rotary symbol. And Rotary, it's a international association who cares about many charitable things, and exchange programs is one of them. So thanks to the Rotary I'm here. But I would like to talk more in details about this another day, because it's really interesting and you might get something from it. You all might get something really beautiful, like an exchange, but I will talk it later. Okay, and now, about some fun stuff. School in Italy is completely different from school here. I say completely. Like, when I first came here, the first thing that astonished me was that I can choose whatever subjects I want. It's something like, I have no idea, like, in Italy we can choose only the school. There are many types of school, but like, I had to study 12 subjects in Italy, and they were around physics, math, chemistry, and biology, and art history, philosophy, Latin, technical design, religion, history, and Italian, and are all mandatory. So, yeah, actually, in my school, it's Liceo Scientifico, so I will talk about in 30 seconds, but it's like around scientific subjects, and the only thing that you can choose is between Latin and technology, but my mom and my dad came from Latin, so they said, no, you have to do Latin. So that was my only choice, and my parents said no. Okay. But I could have chosen many other schools. The school in Italy are divided in 3 main categories. There are Liceo, technical institutes, and professional institutes. So like Liceo is for whoever wants to do university. If you do the Liceo and you don't do university, you are like, you can't do anything else because you don't know any practical skill. For technical institutes, there are more in between. So you can go to university quite easily, and you can also find a job if you need one, or if you just want to do a job, not university. Professional institutes are more like normal labor, so like manual arts. And it's really difficult to go to university, and usually just people who don't want to study good there. A bit of a difference. I'm doing the scientific, no, keep there. I'm doing the scientific Liceo. So like between the Liceo, the subjects are almost the same, and the thing that's vary from them is the number of hours. So like I'm doing 6 hours of maths a week, and in a classic Liceo, usually there is just 2 or 3 of them. And instead of doing more biology and chemistry, in classes they do Greek, so ancient Greek. Then there is the linguistic, where they can do up to 3 languages. Usually there are French and Germany or Spanish, German and Spanish. And then there is the artistic, which is more art history, then human science, which is more philosophy, and lots of type of philosophy actually. And then music and dance, I actually discovered it in Wikipedia. I have no idea that it existed. Then about the technical institutes, I have lots of friends who came from the technical institute, and they do lots of electronics and information technology, but there are many variety. And yeah, so Italy is more like you can choose the school, not the subjects. I don't know why it's very different. And then about the difference between this school and my Italian school is that, as you can see, the only good point actually is that we finish at lunchtime at 1 p.m. Everything is worse. Like here, I have Saturday free. In Italy, 80% of the school don't have it. So you have to stay 5 days of a week at school. It started at 8, finished at 1, and here is 8:33. So that might be the only good thing, but actually we have just one break of 10 minutes. And here we have 2 breaks of 30 minutes, which is like amazing. Because in my school, almost everyone knows me as the guy who keep eating school during classrooms, because I don't have time to finish my lunch break. Okay, anyways, then, oh yeah, we have to stay in class all the time. We have the same class for 5 years. The school is primary school, 5 years, middle school, 3 years. So it should be like 1 to 5, 5 to 8, and then 9 to 12, 8 to 12. And for all these years, we keep in the same class. So I've been in 3 classes, and I met only 20, 40, 60 people. Like, here we are around 80, I think, year 12, and I can know almost any of them because we share classes, we work, and they are not. I have to stay with the same people for 5 years. It's quite difficult, I can guess. Then here we have maximum 7 subjects. Here we have around 12, 13. And thanks to the Rotary International Program, I know a Finnish girl, and they have to do 17 subjects. It's like, I don't know how they can do it. And also we have a music room here. That is my dream. Because music and drama and all that cool stuff is like, it's like for someone who don't want to study, and it's like below here. And it's quite weird thinking that Italy is the capital of music and all the arts. They are the class that are like the worst that you can think about it. And it's really sad. Then we don't have laptops. We don't have afternoon clubs like the Interact Club or the 3D printing club. We don't have that. We have a library, no one got there, and they, like, there is a girl who have to watch in the library, and it's, I don't know the English for, like, she doesn't want to talk. As soon as she sees, she say, oh, another one. And so it's a no. We don't have any sport teams. Like, school is just a place where people put stuff in your brain. That's all. If you want to do sports, if you want to do music, if you are a normal human, you go outside school. If you, like, school is, yeah, it's really bad. And so, like, the sport events that we have here, we don't have at school. We tried to do it, and it wasn't really good. Like, we sat in the gym, and it was most an excuse to just skip classes. And also the school bag is really heavy. Like, we don't have laptops, so we have 5 subjects every day, because 5 hours almost. So we can have a physics book of this, then a math book of this, then Italian books of this, no, maybe a little less. And then biology, chemistry, so around this of books in your backpack. And like, I'm doing Latin, and whenever I got Latin or English exams, I have a dictionary like this every time. And I waited 2 years ago, and it was 30 kilos one day. I think that's the most heavy thing that I have carried on my back. Okay, another thing, it's not there, but we don't have school uniforms. And yeah, I didn't put it there because it was normal to me right now, but when I will go back, I will wear whatever I want. So it's much more free in this kind of way. And yeah, it's important to say that it's just 7 subjects here and 12 there, but the actual amount of hours is the same. It's 30 hours a week, because we do 5 hours, 6 days, and here, taking away the breaks, it's actually 6 hours for 4 days, so it is almost the same. Anything else? No. Okay. So thanks for this opportunity for me to speak, and hope you enjoyed and you learned something new.
Thank you very much, Leo. Boys, I think you should be very happy with the school that you are currently sitting in. By all accounts, we're not doing too bad. To present the Year 11 Academic Awards, Fletcher Kendall will come forward again.
Thank you, Mr. Horan. And I'd just like everyone to give another hand to Leonardo. Just due to the... Just purely due to the fact that the international prefect, wasn't a position until like last week when he wanted to go on a leadership camp with like all the other leaders, which was fun. Okay. Now, distributing the Year 11 awards are the new head of Year 11, Mr. Trevor Gunane, and the assistant principal of senior school, Mr. Cooper. Mr. Gunane joins our staff in the Industrial Technology faculty. He is trade qualified and for 20 years worked in the construction industry as a plumber, drainer, and gas fitter. 10 years of his time in that field was spent as the manager and operator of his own business. At the age of 36, believing he did not do his best at school, Mr. Gunane returned to university and attained his Bachelor of Education. After graduating, he spent 4 years with the State Education Department of Glenmore State High School, and then 30 years at Emmaus College. He has traveled extensively, served in Indonesia and Papua New Guinea, and last week became a grandfather for the first time. Please make Mr. Gunane welcome. The academic achievement recipients in the Year 11 cohort are Tylen Brown, Bradley Hall, Blake Jarman, Jacob Jarrett, Hayden Jedrzejewski, Liam Kenny, Marcus Kyle, Blake Laherty, Dane Linky, and Darby Twardale. While the boys are coming up, Mr. Horan said it is quite nerve-wracking to stand up here. But I also want to notice another difficult thing, which is saying some of these names. Jedrzejewski is a very difficult name. But please give the Year 11 Academic Achievement Award winners an applause. The Academic A badges and certificates have been awarded to the following boys: Brent Anderson, Jared Blom, Isaac Garraway, Mitchell Graving, William Gunning, Blake Jarman, Nathan Ray, Luke Selwood, Jake Swafield. Please recognize the efforts of the Year 11 Academic A winners. The highest of our awards, the Academic A+ badges, go to these boys: Jesse Fowler, Mitchell Gregg, Joseph O'Brien, Jack Rihorden, Liam Ross, Macaulay Sweeney, and Jordan Wall. Please affirm the Year 11 Academic A+ winners with a round of applause.
And the last of our presentations this morning will be to the Year 12 award winners, and we'd ask Billy Collins, College Captain, to come back.
I would like Miss Tiffany King and Miss Tracy Deasy, the head of Year 12, to come to the stage to present the next awards. Miss King is a long-time Brisbane resident who attended the Gap State High School. She holds a Bachelor of Secondary Education in Mathematics and Physical Education from the Queensland University of Technology. Prior to her move to secondary education, Miss King has had several jobs in people-centred industries. She has a Certificate 3 in childcare and was employed as a preparatory teacher assisting little kids with their learning. She also worked for the Surf Life Saving Foundation in office management roles for 3 years. She has been a cricket coach at St Lawrence's College, taught at Burpengary, Mount Gravatt and Wavell State High School, and once won $1,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Please show your appreciation for Miss King. In the Year 12 cohort, the following boys are eligible for an Academic Achievement Award: Nicholas Blyde, James Busby, Cooper Corcoran, Joshua Dalgleish, Raf Grills, Brendan Hall, Jaden Kelleher, Joshua Mather, Ivor Ralph, Jack Skewthorpe, Zenna Stevenson, Bailey Stover, Alwyn Tilbury, and Caleb Young. Please congratulate the Academic Achievement winners. The Academic A badges and certificates have been awarded to the following boys: Mason Clark, myself, Billy Collins, Henry Dendel, Lewis Frost, Leo Geraldo, Nathan Groves, Jaden Hill, Joseph Howard, James Kerr, Riley Lucht, Dustin Munns, Zachary Poddle, Riley Sloan, Nathan Steele, and Joseph Woods. Please acknowledge Year 12 Academic A winners. Receiving Academic A+ badges today will be Caleb Bird, Paul Bressington, Nathan Butler, Cooper Dickinson, Steele Howard, Fletcher Kendall, Mason Lacey, Riley Morrison, Zachary Paskin, and Keegan Simpson. Can you please give a round of applause to the academic A+ winners?
Thanks to our grade 12s. Folks, that almost wraps up our assembly. I'd like to thank all the parents for your attendance. I certainly know that the boys appreciate you coming along and giving of your time to be here to watch them receive their awards. So fellas, can I get you to put your hands together please for your parents? And if the tech crew can change the slide. We now have a look at our academic house points. For the parents that haven't been along before, the boys are actually given awards that contribute to their house, and at the end of the year, the points from their academic performances go to the House of the Year. In fourth spot for academic performance for semester 2 of 2017, Gettins with 335 points. In third spot, Tynan with 425 points. In second spot, Hayes with 440, which means I think the Dewey parents clapped louder than the boys. So congratulations to Dewey, you've pretty much started where you left off last year. Alrighty. With that said, parents, again, thank you very much. We've appreciated you being here. It might be easier if we ask you to leave before the boys depart. So parents, if you don't mind exiting through the side doors over there or these doors while we make a few announcements. All right.